And so personally, I've had numerous different jobs within family medicine. Very few of them actually core bread and butter family practice. It's all over the place, right? Rural practice, virtual practice, running a tech company. Like, are we the odd ones out here, or is this like pretty standard just for family physicians in general, like testing the field out and seeing what's out there?
Man, like we got those commitment issues for sure. It's I don't know, this kind of I was have this question now, and like my partner, she's a nurse by background, but kind of more in that public health, has worked in international kind of health systems and kind of seen little different pieces. We had this discussion. Um, do we really kind of our society seems to really value those people that are like, they worked one job for 25 years and they have so much experience in this one range. And I could definitely see the utility of that. I think in medicine, that's also something that's really, really applauded and rewarded. Um, but I feel at the same time, to change it up and to take ideas from previous clinics you might have worked at, or previous patient populations you worked at, previous administrative tasks that you've had. I think there definitely is a plus to working a broad array of jobs, right? And I think the younger generation is definitely of up and coming doctors are really open to the ideas of locuming and maybe not necessarily committing right off the bat to one job for the rest of their life.
Yeah, we didn't even really chat about the part where you're doing mental health and that side
Oh
of
yeah.
things sort of as another subspecialty, but maybe it is sort of a generational thing, right? You looked at like our grandparents' generation and they would like start and end a 45-year career at the same company and they would just be there forever. But now you look on people's resumes, like a 5-year tenure is practically forever. Like it's just shifted completely to year, couple years. 3 years is a pretty good stint at a company. Looking at a lot of resumes, 5 is like rare, and then beyond
Yeah.
that is just unheard of almost, right? So maybe that's just something to do with our generation now. We're hopping around more.
That ADHD generation, right? We often kind of have that short attention span, and I don't know. I mean, I look at it. I really did enjoy my training going through like medical school residency, and it was honestly until kind of just thinking about what I wanted to even talk about on this podcast, it kind of hit me. I was just like, oh yeah, like you're kind of in love with exploring different branches, and to me that was kind of leading me more towards general medicine off the bat because every day is a little bit different. There's always something different. But I realized that I kind of like the idea of being like, hey, like for 4 months you're going to be on internal medicine, and then for 2 months you're going to be on pediatrics, and then 2 months you're going to be on general surgery. Like I realized that's kind of what I really enjoyed about my training. So it's kind of weird that you have to make this decision to say, hey, like this is what you're doing for the rest of your life, and that's it. Enjoy. And that's a really tough decision, I think, not only from a medical aspect, but for anybody to just say, like, this is it. This is the rest of my life. So for me, I found that was like a tough choice to make. And we have this podcast a couple years down the road. I don't know how many more jobs I might add on that list.
I don't even want to venture a guess at that one. I maybe
Uh,
it's just a matter of having a side project or like a part-time thing, like a bit of a varied practice, I guess is what it comes down to. Like having multiple things on the go. Now it's keeping it fresh. You don't feel as constrained, I guess. I don't know. What I mean, right now you're doing what, half and half obesity medicine and mental health, or what's it actually like recently?
yeah, it's kind of 4 to 5 days a week usually, and just kind of protecting a little bit of that time for yourself to catch up on charting that work-life balance there. But yeah, it's about a 60-40 split right now with mental health and obesity medicine right now, and kind of introducing that mental health was really nice in the sense that I was given a really cool opportunity. Uh, I found on Cherry Health, of course, and yeah, a cool opportunity to work with a really interesting population, student health, and that was kind of the area where I knew, like, I feel, I've always kind of just tried to pick areas where I can make kind of have the largest effect on a population. And there's certain places, I think in like early childhood, is obviously one of those areas. So pediatricians and pediatric specialists can really make those changes. But I think another really pivotal area to make some changes for the better are in the university kind of adolescent age population. And I really do enjoy the task of kind of sometimes being the first doctor people even see or open up about their mental health with, and try to help them get the proper diagnosis, help them with a little bit of counseling, CBT, motivational interviewing. And I think that's a really, really special kind of perspective I get to try to help them kind of make their way through the healthcare system for the rest of their life. So it's a really cool job to kind of fall into coincidentally.
I'm Dr. Jordan Vollrath, and you've been watching Cherry Live, brought to you by Cherry Health. Please like and subscribe to see more clips like this, or check us out at www.cherry.health, Canada's medical network.